Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Championship Sunday, the 2025 Pontelandolfo High Stakes Doubles Tournament from the Pontelandolfo Community Club here in Waterbury, Connecticut. Mike Chaldone, Joe Malache, Lou Chaldone. You are watching the BBN. First round of games, these are our one-loss teams from yesterday. 48 teams started yesterday. We're down to 12. Turn the volume off there.
Sure.
It's all right.
I'll turn it off and turn on.
You can leave it on for the chat if you want.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, our games right now are the we had 8 one-loss teams, 4 undefeated. 4 undefeated have byes, of course. And, yeah, first game up.
Yeah, they all start off with a clean slate, right? So,
Yes.
it's a double elimination, a new double elimination tournament now, Sunday morning. So,
We'll take a look at the bracket in a minute, but first, this is the first frame of this game. This is Derby 21 versus Sal and Angelo, last year's winners.
I didn't catch the colors. Let's see. I think Marco's holding a green ball. So if you want to put that in.
Yeah, Marco and Jimmy are green, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Great roll. Looks like 2.
Games are to 14 today. Gotta change that. Got nice chairs today.
Very comfortable. So Jimmy descends off to a hot start. He opened the last frame with a 1-inch point as well.
This is Angelo Guerrera.
I have a message from Angelo for Fiore. He always asks me about Fiore, and he tells me a little song to sing to Fiore when I see him, which I can never remember.
Are you going to try the song for us?
No, I don't remember any of it. He didn't sing it yesterday.
Maybe we can get him to sing it. Well,
I think the intent there for Marco was to try to stick around and maybe develop a big frame there. The ball being short, but fortunately his ball carried down, so. But still the point. See if you could stick around on this hit here. Happy with that result, I'm sure. Let's see if Jimmy can make a hit. Sale did a nice job hiding it behind the Polino a little bit there, so brings that into play.
last ball to frame. If it goes clean, could have 2 or 3.
At least 2. So I think that was the result that, oh.
He still wound up.
Still got,
Yeah.
wow, that ball's not done moving.
So just one. So Sal did his job with that nice point behind the Polino there, limiting the damage.
Folks, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by All Trade Industries, 94 Edwin Ave, Waterbury, Connecticut, providing general construction and maintenance services. Nice hit sell. alltradeindustries.com.
I would imagine they'd be shooting this ball on the wall.
Yeah, that's really what seems kind of the most sense here. Especially, I've noticed, you know, if you hit those balls just right, I mean, it'll stay along the wall
I think he's
with
gonna
very little variation, and it should take it right to the Polino.
I think Marco has decided to leave it there for now. Jimmy roll, seeing how there's a lot of room. A lot of room to beat the point.
Yeah, they're having that discussion. We're talking about lines.
Thank you also to Yaman and Grant Law, known for diligent and conscientious representation of clients. There you go. Too green. This ball might take a left. No.
Yeah.
Conscientious representation of clients in a wide range of industries, including construction, real estate, manufacturing, finance, and technology. YamanGrant.com. Second ball for Sal and Angelo. They do have the hammer right now.
I think it's going to be a good ball. If it stays, it tends to leak to the right, and that's what it's doing right now. I think it's just about pin high.
So we got 4 Connecticut players on the court. 2 home players in Sal and Angelo. 2 Derby players close by, and Marco and Jimmy. Nice
Marco.
shot.
Great shot.
What a hit.
Marco's a Derby player as well.
That's what I said. Marco did tell me last night that he plays here about 2-3 times a month.
What do you have, about a quarter of that ball there from our angle? That's an amazing shot.
Yeah, not much. Let's see. Yeah. About a third of the ball, maybe.
Jeez. Great shot. So, I mean, looking like they had a bit of a disagreement as to how to handle this last shot. We'll see how it turns out. Not bad.
And Marco's going to have to shoot something, I think.
I almost like shooting this much. This free ball's going to come back across. If that pumping goes this way,
morning to Jimmy's daughter.
Harper, right?
I think it was his other daughter, Peyton, I think. I'm going to get in trouble.
Well, took one away.
Yeah.
One red, 3-1. Thank you also to our third of our 3 gold sponsors this weekend. G's Burgers, best burgers and fries in Connecticut. 1300 Main Street, Watertown, Connecticut.
Clever name, G's Burgers.
Oh,
Right?
G's Burgers. Pretty long Paulino here.
Well, I think a short Polino against Jimmy and Marco is pretty deadly, asking for trouble there. So forcing Marco to extend out a little bit more.
Wow.
Good hit, bad break. Maybe. I'm measuring.
Red's in.
Jimmy's going to try to take a high line to the wall and maybe drop down onto the Paulino.
Could be part of the strategy too with Paulino, figuring that anything that Marco hits might come back in for the point.
Mm-hmm. So maybe they'd hit this ball, but Angelo's lining up. Feeling confident about this shot. And I think he should. That's a good ball. Outstanding shot. He's human. I think some of these local players now, I mean, the experience on these courts is really starting to play out here this morning, too.
Yeah. I think that was the story of the day yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Especially with having how long we had to wait in between games yesterday.
Yeah.
We played 19 rounds. So we had to wait. Every team had to wait probably about 4 or 5 hours between each game.
Yeah, it was,
so you think you got the court figured out, and then you got to sit for 5 hours.
right. Yeah, it became a real struggle mentally to maintain focus.
And I know that at least some of the locals were able to escape to their homes for a little bit, a couple hours.
Right. And, you know, I did notice that some of the courts, you know, they got a little faster as well. So just when you thought you had the speed worked out, not so much later in the day.
Well, we had an unusual court in that when I was rolling, first the court would be slow, and then on my next ball the court would be too fast.
Yeah.
I don't know how they engineered that.
It was the way that they swept the court. So, all right, well, Sal and Angelo getting on the board here. Long Polino throw strategy worked out for him last time. See how it works this way. Started that ball out center court and dropped right down to the Paulino. Really nice line there by Angelo. But it is behind, so Jimmy, I think, is going to try to roll and lay on the red ball here. He's taking a little bit more direct route. Yeah, I think he's got it. Great shot. There's not a lot of room there. I'd say it was about 14 inches. And he made it look easy. Great shot by Sale. Clean.
This ball coming back too.
Yeah, looks like they have too.
This ball turn around here.
Came off nicely off the wall, and he's right back on top of it. Great shot. Oh,
Jimmy did it again.
tough hit. Made a nice hit there, but Pauline ricocheted off the green ball and his ball. The green ball hit the red, knocked it out. Bad break. If there's any thought being given to hitting this Paulino, looks like that's what Angelo's going to do.
Yeah. Marco's going to have 2 balls back.
He's got it. Oh, I don't think it went where he wanted it to. I think he would have preferred it in the right-hand corner. No, I think more towards the center of the court. Shout out to Mike Paello. Looks like he had a rough night last night. Chose not to make the trip this year. Did not burn that ball. Nice shot. All right. So much of this game, unfortunately, comes down to, where's that Paulino going to go? Or where's the ball going to go on a hit? And sometimes it goes your way, and sometimes it doesn't. Fortunately, Sale made a nice hit there. Just didn't work out. Angelo curling it in. A great shot.
Ball gonna make it?
If it does, it looks like it's going to run into that green ball. A little bit of a different line that time. Last time he went high side. This time he went a little bit straighter. He wasn't able to curl it around that green ball. See, it looks like he's got it worked out. It's wide open there for Marco to hit.
Paulino's not terrible here either. Green's got the backboard.
See how it can force Jimmy to hit here. Is it a little too quick? A little too much speed on that. So looks like Green's in for one. Sale had a good line there, just a little too much speed. Another 2 points for Marco and Jimmy.
8-2. Thank you to Salvatore Law Group for being one of our sponsors this weekend. 378 Chase Avenue, Waterbury, Connecticut. SalvatoreLawGroup.com.
Another bright sunny morning here in Waterbury. It's been a nice weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, temperature-wise, no, but sun-wise, it's been great. 2 beautiful sunny days.
It does pose a little bit of a problem on the end of court 1 right now, where the sun's beaming in.
Yes, it does. You can see. There's a pretty bad glare there. Sal's been hitting very well this game. Jimmy's in a pretty nice groove here. Feeling it.
Morning, Mike.
And Angelo can choose to hit or point here. I think he's going to point. Nice ball. Just fell out.
1 point sitting for red. Last ball to frame on the way.
Chance to cut into the lead here. Angelo's got to be careful not to move that Paulino. And looks like 2. Yeah.
Look at our bracket. So again, all 12 teams that advanced got a clean slate this morning. So you're 4 undefeated from yesterday with a bye into the second round. Winner of this will play Jimmy Myers and Tony Porcello. Could be another Empire Cup matchup.
That's right.
If Marco wins.
15 teams in the Empire Cup. Pretty excited about the year coming up.
Yeah, we'll take a look. Some more Empire Cup info shortly. See if I can get this all in frame.
We've gone international too. Team from Toronto.
Maybe next year we get a team from Mexico.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I don't mind going. I wouldn't mind going down to play in Mexico, wouldn't you?
I wonder if they have any tournaments.
Just don't drink the water.
Yeah, or make sure the lettuce isn't washed with the local water. I made that mistake. All right. Nice hit by Marco.
This red ball should keep coming backwards.
Yep.
Still moving.
Well, we might, maybe not Mexico, but I could see maybe a team from Montreal. You know,
That would be great.
we saw a return of a team. We had 2 teams in the World Series from Montreal this past year, and that was pretty neat.
There was a team from Montreal in this tournament last year.
Mm.
Alberto and his son Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And stopped.
Good ball.
I imagine Marco will shoot this ball. It's going to be pretty hard to beat in that spot.
Well, might choose to work on his ball as well. Maybe come in off the wall.
I don't know. I think if he touches this ball, it might end up being a worse point. The way these balls roll back off the backboard.
Yeah, they travel quite a bit right and left as well.
When you're on the court, you can feel, just standing, you can feel the declivities. You can feel the holes.
Declivities.
That's a good word. Wow. Had to get my thesaurus out for that one.
That ball ain't going to reach. Well, they can still shoot, but they're not going to.
Can you push this ball? He's on the polio. I
Wow.
don't think he touched it.
Did that go straight?
It did. Until the very end, and then it took a right-hand turn into the Paulino. That was a great shot. I'm surprised they didn't take a shot at that green ball. They were up a ball. Maybe they were worried about hitting that right out.
Trying to play in the red one, maybe.
This is a much better line. Oh, boy. Not what Sale wanted.
Marco could put it on game point. I go the scenic route.
No, we're at 14. So
Oh, right.
not quite game point. Almost.
Great, great.
So just like the time change, right? We have to
Hey,
adjust to the point change.
that'll be nice tonight. Well, maybe not tonight, but tomorrow it'll be nice.
Yeah, love the extra hour.
What's
daily.
what time is sunset tonight?
I would have
7:13, I'm guessing.
I'm going to say 6:58.
Siri, what time is sunset tonight? Can't tell your location. Okay.
I got it right here.
All right. Jimmy back to throwing points within a foot. Sal back to hitting balls up.
What did you say, Joe?
6:58.
6:52.
Oh.
You win.
All right. Well, I think we're both over, right? So if we're on the prices right, we'd both be.
I win. I would have guessed like 7:30.
It'll get there. Every day, gain a minute or two. You can tell Jimmy's feeling it because he's going to try to beat this point. And that was a good point by Angelo.
So at the conclusion of this game, we'll have to wait. Well, whatever game finishes first, they'll have to wait for another game to finish to advance to the next game. Because otherwise the winner will just be back up on the same court. Game one, we got a 10-7 game between Rolando and Anthony and Balls Deep. That's 4 local guys. A lot of local guys left, like you said, these courts.
Balls Deep, so you had Joe, who I talked to after the game, who said that he hasn't played in 15 years. Said he used to be here all the time when he was younger. Just, family obligations and life got in the way and just hadn't been here in 15 years and decided all of a sudden he wanted to play again.
Oops, how did that happen?
And he's playing with Freddie, who is a cancer survivor and wasn't playing last year. Somehow they found each other, and they are a very good team. For not having played in 15 years, Joe was pointing and hitting like a champ. Said he lived down here for the past couple of weeks, just practicing, getting ready. And, it shows. He's been playing very well. So, very interesting story there.
1 point sitting here for Green. That'll work.
Nice little chip there for Marco.
12-2. Broadcast this weekend also brought to you in part by Carvel Ice Cream. 700 Watertown Ave, Waterbury, Connecticut. The original soft serve. And Drive X, 554 Main Street, Oakville, Connecticut. Drive X Auto Sales, where value hits the road, Joe.
Yeah. You get in your car and drive to Carvel and get yourself an ice cream.
There you go.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Maybe a G's burger first.
Yeah, G's Burger and then Carvel. Absolutely. And then if you have any problems with people there, you got a couple of law firms that you can check into. Maybe if you want a franchise, buy a franchise. Yeah. It all ties together, Mike.
You've got all your bases covered.
I wonder if Carvel's open today. I can probably go for an ice cream on the way out of town. That'd be.
Might still be sunny.
Yeah. Great point by Angelo. I thought, it's a 12-2 game, but honestly, it's been a lot closer than that. The score is not really indicative of how well Sal and Angelo have been playing.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a 12-2 game.
No.
And it might not be 12-2. Is it 12-4? Their scoreboard says 4.
Yeah, I see 4 up on their scoreboard.
Maybe that's why it doesn't feel like 12-2.
Well, even 12-4. I mean, it feels like it should be a much closer game at this point. I mean, Angelo and Sal are executing their shots. It's just that, so are Jimmy and Marco, and they're getting, some more beneficial breaks on some of these hits. And just as I say that, I give the broadcaster's curse to Angelo.
Angelo came up short in the last frame on his last ball, too.
Yeah. Looked like he took, again, a little bit different line. Looked like he was aiming a little bit more for the green ball on his second roll, whereas on his first roll, he was trying to curl around that green ball. So I wonder now if they're just talking about maybe hitting that ball. Oh, Paulino. All right, well, there's a chance for Marco to wrap this game up. And he did it.
14-4. Marco and Jimmy moving on.
Nice win for those two.
And we do have an Empire Cup teammate versus teammate matchup.
For sure. You played great, Jimmy.
Speaking of the Empire Cup, kicking off in a few weeks, April 26th at the Waterside Club.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I actually have, I got to add at least one more event to that schedule there. Going to have a tournament down in Huntington, Long Island, the Huntington ABC. So if you look on the rosters here,
Got to add somebody to my roster, too. I don't know if Mike Serif has given you the addition, but we have Sean Anson who will be playing with us this year.
all right, as of just a couple days ago,
Yep.
right?
So he's always telling me, I don't see my name on the roster. Are you sure I'm on the roster? I'm saying, Sean, you are on the roster.
So if you look at our Echo Bocce roster, Marco Signorelli versus Tony Porcello this next game. Also in the Empire Cup, Mr. Jimmy Myers
is on our team, Hitman.
You like the song, Dad? Oh, he took his headset off.
It's going to be fun traveling around the state this year, playing at different venues. And
I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
going down to Long Island.
yeah. Yep.
That's going to be on 90-foot courts, right?
I think the ones in Babylon are 90 feet. I'm not sure about Peter Rubito's. They might be 90 feet as well. I'm not sure. I was talking to the Babylon Bocce guys yesterday. They're on the South Shore, and they're on the water, the courts, and they are 90 feet. But I can't remember what he told me about Peter. Maybe Peter's listening and can tell us. Tune in.
You want to say hello to your grandson?
Is this the same one in Michigan?
Wave to him.
No, it's his brother.
Wave to him.
A different grandson?
Hi, Nick, and you and my great-grandson.
And where are they located? Where do they?
Having a good time at the club.
In
Where do they
Japan.
live?
I believe she said in
They live
Japan,
in Japan.
Oh, Japan, and they're listening in.
One of them's in Michigan.
right near where Michael was born.
In Japan.
Yes,
In-
ma'am.
In Osaka.
They
Wow.
like it. I used to.
You like Japan?
Yes. You don't like it? Or you
I don't remember.
He was just born there.
don't?
All right. Well, hello,
what-
Nick.
And what's his name?
I was there for about a month.
About a month. Yeah.
We tried her to give her a microphone. She wasn't interested yesterday.
I gotta send somebody an Uber.
Well, I used to be able to send a message in Japanese, but that was a long time ago.
Did you pick up any of the language, Lou?
I was there for 5 years, so I was conversant when I was there.
No kidding.
Kinda-
Is that the Air Force or
No. It was not military.
not military?
I was at a university. I was on this faculty of a university over there.
Okay.
My wife and I were. That's where Michael was born. Spent his first year and 3 months. Akachan. I remember that word.
Okay.
Akachan means baby.
Oregato.
I know that one from the song, right? Domo arigato, Mr. Robato.
There you go.
You're too young for that.
So, unfortunately, coinciding with our opening event for the Empire Cup, which is why we won't be able to broadcast that first event for the Empire Cup, we got the Face Triples Bocce Bash in Kansas City, Missouri. Looking forward to getting down to the American Sons of Columbus there. We will be broadcasting for 3 days to benefit the Foundation for Autism Collaboration and Empowerment. Those folks over there have donated over $55,000 towards the cause of providing. Let me pull it up here. They provide swim lessons to children and families with autism. That's awesome. FACE is a 501c3 organization with a mission to promote autism awareness and support children and families affected by autism spectrum disorders. They are committed to helping fund initiatives that provide early intervention services and therapies, family support, education, advocacy, and opportunities with the purpose of improving the quality of life for these individuals and families. And the Triples Bocce Bash strives to build on over $55,000 in adaptive swim and water safety grants that FACE has provided to children and families with autism through their partnership with the YMCA of Greater Kansas City. To date, they have provided over 1,700 adaptive swim lessons, impacting over 70 families in the Greater Kansas City area. And we at BVN are very proud to partner with the Foundation for Autism Collaboration and Empowerment. If you'd like to learn more about that event, you can go to FACE or the organization, go to faceautismkc.com, or to donate towards that cause of providing swim lessons to children and families with autism. As drowning is a leading cause of death among children with autism.
Huh.
Follow that.
Interesting.
That QR code there.
So it's interesting that they chose Bocce as a vehicle to raise money for their organization. I wonder if they have somebody on the board there that is a Bocce player. Or?
Yeah, it's that organization is at least in part run by Dr. John Liberto, president of the USBF.
Okay. Yeah. So figured there had to be a connection there. That's awesome. No, actually, somebody reached out and asked me if I wanted to play in that tournament. I said I couldn't because I'm in Waterside. So, but never been to Kansas City. Heard it's a nice town. Here they have great barbecue there. So.
Oh yeah. I'll be going down early for a Royals game.
Nice.
Our game on court 1 is over. Do we know who won?
I don't.
Yeah. These guys are Anthony sweeping the court, so.
Rolando.
So that means Nico Fox should be up next on court 2. Nico and Frankie Rinaldi. And it'll be Jimmy Myers, Tony Porcello versus Marco Signorelli, Jimmy DeCenza on court 1. And we can these go.
So the courts in Kansas City are, I assume they're synthetic courts.
Yeah, very same dimensions as these actually. 9 by 72 Coleone courts. I think they got 3 courts there, maybe 4.
So is it 2 balls per man?
No, so it's triples tournament, 2 people on the court at a time. So you rotate. Every frame 1 person sits out, which is an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. Maybe they adopted the Troy format where you have a single player on one end and a doubles player on the other.
That's in the future.
Yeah.
Is that the future? Yeah. I'm going to suggest it to him.
I think it was a little too late this year.
Yeah.
I think the whole Butch world's going to go in that direction. Such a great.
You guys are trendsetters. Yes, absolutely. I didn't mind it, but it was exhausting for the singles player. I know some teams rotated quite a bit, but I think I played singles for most of that weekend, and I had a lot of fun. But it was exhausting by the end of the weekend. I don't know how you felt. You're a little younger, though, too.
He didn't. He only played a couple singles games.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think I played 3 singles games.
3.
Yeah.
I like it.
I had to play 3 singles games against Marco.
I liked it a lot.
That's Marco. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a tough draw.
That was fun.
So.
Pull my chat back up. Morning, Cheryl. Morning, Laura. A short night indeed. Especially.
You're not kidding. So, what time did you get to bed last night?
I don't know. 2 o'clock, which was actually
Daylight.
3 o'clock.
Daylight standard time
Yeah.
or daylight savings time?
Right. So, yeah.
Right on the cusp.
Yeah. So, I think I got back to our place at about 1. And then it quickly became 3. And that quickly became 6 o'clock, which is when I woke up. The curse of being old. You always wake up very early, same time every morning, no matter when you got to bed.
I don't know anybody who's better at sleeping than me.
Oh, you're a pro.
Better at staying asleep. Not
Staying
great at
asleep.
falling asleep. But
Okay.
I could sleep for 18, 20 hours probably if I had to.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm going to get my sleep in. It's just not between the hours of midnight and 7, 8 o'clock. Probably when I get back, take a nice nap before bed, which is sounds kind of crazy, but that's another thing another routine that you develop as you get a little older, taking naps before you go to bed.
Still waiting for the players to get on the court.
2 of them are here. Yeah, Michael, you've always been good at falling asleep. When you were a baby, we used to take pictures of you. You'd be eating and then fall right asleep.
Did he sleep right through the night right away, Lou?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh yeah, here's a good one.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So our daughter was the only one that did that for us. Our other 2 boys, not so much.
Michael's brother Zachary, he slept. He was not a napper. The longest nap he ever took was like 20 minutes.
All right, we got 4 players on the court.
All right.
2 warm-up frames, and then we'll get started.
Actually, it's just 1 today. They're limiting it to 1.
Okay, interesting.
Trying to move it along.
Frankie here is the only local in this that went undefeated yesterday. The only local player.
I have to think that Nico and Frank were the favorites coming into the tournament, and they haven't disappointed.
What do you think about Nico's? I heard Nico's poking around in Canada for a local roller there. What do you think about Nico's approach of trying to pick up a local roller for all these different tournaments?
That's smart. Makes a lot of sense.
It's smart in some ways.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to make some enemies.
Maybe, but hey, talent attracts talent. And there was. Listen, Delio's wasn't shy about approaching Nico when they came to the World Series last year when they knew they were going to be down a player, and so they were smart about it too. They picked up one of the best, and the results tell you that was a great decision by them. So, what better way to become familiar with, the courts and the culture than by playing with somebody that lives it? So,
Yeah.
What do you feel the resentment comes from? Just people that have traditionally played together now playing with Nico? Or
Well, if Nico, these guys that Nico's asking them to play with him, would he ask them to play with him anywhere else?
I would think
Some
so.
people. Really?
Yeah.
That's like Frankie. Frankie's a great player.
Sure.
Nico's not going to ask. Nico approached Frankie to play with him here back in August, which is great.
Was that how it
Great
or
foresight.
All right, 'cause I thought maybe it was the other way, but because I know there's a lot of people that call Nico to play too. So I think that happens quite a bit as well.
Frankie was going to play with Sal if Sal didn't defend his title. Sal chose to defend his title.
Okay.
So Frankie and Nico played together. But Nico traveling as a singles player, traveling by yourself, sure, you got to pick up teammates for these different tournaments. But there's, playing with a different team every time.
I don't know. I mean, I really I can't speak on who asked who or whatever. I'm not really in tune with all of that. But I don't think that anybody is disappointed playing with Nico. I haven't heard any grumbling from anybody.
I don't think that it would necessarily upset the people that he's playing with. I think other players, but they might just be upset because he's winning.
Yeah, he's good. Why wouldn't you want to play with him? And he's getting better, if you can believe that. So. It's nice to have a teammate that can do that.
And maybe, when you're as good as Nico, people look for something to complain about.
Yeah.
But that's the only negative thing that I ever hear about Nico is that he doesn't play regularly the same team. I'm not saying I necessarily
I
agree
guess,
with it,
but you know what? He's a young kid. He's meeting people. I think people are, like I said, they're seeing how well he plays, and everybody kind of wants a piece sometimes of that. And I think he's actually he could just choose to play with the same group of guys, but I think him expanding and being willing to play with different people, I think I think that's a good thing.
Well, I think anybody who might complain about any aspect of that, if he were to go on and represent the United States in the world, I'm sure everybody would be backing him 100%.
Oh, of course.
And I could tell you this. Obviously, we're from the same club, and Nico, if you need a sub, it doesn't matter really, what team it is. I mean, you give him a call, he'll come down and play on any given night with any group of guys. So, just because he loves the game that much. So, honestly, I'm a little surprised by that criticism. Obviously, we all have things that bother people. Personality characteristics that don't mesh well with others, but yeah, that one, I guess I haven't heard. I'm a little surprised by it.
Yeah. I'd be curious to hear what Nico has to say about that.
I wonder if he's even heard it.
Should we ask him?
Maybe after the game.
Morning, Mike Lisi.
So it looks like Drunken Lines is green. Yeah, it was red.
Good catch.
I was just about to comment about how they're probably not used to being down in this tournament. They've played primarily from ahead in every game that they've been in. So we'll see how they make that adjustment here today.
Yeah. Well, Rolando and Anthony did just come off of another court, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is Frankie and Nico just rolling out of bed.
Which I guess if I had a criticism of that of this tournament, it would be that. I mean, I get what they're trying to do with giving teams a clean slate here, but I don't know that the bye was really enough of a reward for those teams that went undefeated.
I think depending on the draw, it can be a huge disadvantage.
Right. So,
but that's how Frankie set it up, and he's the one that's got to deal with it.
That's
so.
right. That's right.
Yeah, it's always a problematic, when you organize a tournament. How many teams do you bring back on the last day? What's it going to look like? I personally don't like to bring teams back where they could possibly play one game and be done. To come back for one game. So I can understand the double elimination aspect.
At the same time, I think it would have been if there's a way to do it, and I don't deign to know the answer to this question, but if there was a way to maybe ensure that these guys that went undefeated face a team with one loss in the clean slate tournament, I think that would be the way to go.
I think start them all in the same round. So take back 8 and 8 and just match them up in the same round. I think that's a better way to do it. That way you eliminate at least.
Well, you could I suppose still do it like a winners and a losers bracket, right? So the teams that come into Sunday with one loss, yes, you give them a clean slate, but then you let all of them play together first to get to the quote unquote winners bracket, and then
That's what we did.
Well, that's basically what this is, right?
Well, no, because now you've got Nico and Frank playing a team that won, not lost, right? So they both are at 0 losses. I think that the winners, the people that went undefeated, on Saturday, should face a team that already has 1 loss on Sunday. Just like you would have in a normal double elimination tournament. Once you get to the final game.
So the other team would have to beat them twice to advance?
No. Again, no, I don't know how we get there. And maybe I'm not expressing myself as clearly as I could be.
Well, this just shows how
it is. It's very difficult.
How difficult it is to try to do it as fairly as you can.
Right.
Reward the teams that go undefeated adequately.
Mm-hmm. But I guess the counter argument would be, well, even though you might get a bye and lose that first game, I mean, you're still alive in the tournament to make a run. So Let's see. Trying to give an update on that game on court 1. Looks like Marco and Jimmy are down to Jimmy and Tony.
Looks like the court 4 game is finished.
What a
And the
ball,
court 3
Frankie.
game.
Oh, Frankie. Good ball.
What a ball. Shout out to Nico's mom. Thank you for watching.
Chicken sausage. Go get them.
I think Nico's grandmother's watching too.
She's a big supporter. See her at a lot of tournaments, the local tournaments.
That'll work. Rolando and Anthony maintain the hammer.
Couldn't see it, so he figured, I'll hit my own ball. Make it work. Jimmy Myers was bemoaning the fact last night that we had switched the game over to court 1. And we missed an aerial where he stuck it.
He stuck a volo, yeah.
Stuck a volo and we missed it. So he was so excited to watch the replay and we're like, sorry. Didn't get it.
He'll have to do it again.
Yeah. So.
Can you see who won the other games?
I can go check it.
Derby X and Paul and Eddie. Fill that in, please.
Yeah.
So it'd be Derby X versus Stewie and Ron Dog. And then Paul Lewis III, Eddie Manuel versus Russ Johnson, Jimmy Oma. That might be a rematch.
No.
No?
No, because Paul and Eddie lost to Nico and Frank yesterday. Russell played Jimmy and Pooch. That might be what you're thinking about.
Do we know where in the losers bracket they go?
Shane and Joey are up top. And the other team has not been filled in. Well, it would follow then that they would be second. Oops, what are you doing?
So 2 more points for
Shane and Joey go up here.
Drunken Lines.
And
4-2 score.
what are you doing, Dad?
Whoops.
Yeah, that's not.
Up to 83 viewers. Hoping to get up over 100 at least today. If not more.
If we don't break 100 today, I'm deleting the stream.
It's still early yet. And with the camera up high there, you can almost get all 4 courts in. Comes Nico with a spot at that. Looks like they're going to try to go for a big frame here. So far, so good. Just missed. Tony making a big hit on court 1 to give them 2 points, expand their lead over Marco and Jimmy.
How about Derby X? We're on court number 4.
Looks like Anthony and Ronaldo are going to go up 6-2.
For what? Accept subscriptions. Facebook? Accept friends. You gotta go to the group, not the page. You gotta go to the BBN community group, not the BBN Facebook page. Does that make sense? Nico looking a little frustrated here after missing 2 in a row. First game of the day. Frank surrounding that ball. Looks like they're going to have to beat some pretty good cover balls here. Another one?
I wonder if they're making pizza today.
I don't see the oven going.
Yeah, not yet. Got the fireplace going. That's nice.
Two, but that's outstanding. Outstanding pointing by Ronaldo. He also left Anthony a ball to lay on here too as well. Looks a little quick. Yeah.
He doesn't want to go into that front green. It's on the point now, right?
This one looks a little better.
It's like yesterday.
I like
Everybody
the line.
that's watching is standing behind us watching on the screen.
Yeah, outstanding. That's outstanding.
9-2.
All right, regroup and get started.
So love the Ponte Club. Love it. Great facility.
Yeah.
But my one complaint, maybe two.
Thank you.
Not a great place to watch botch from when you're trying to watch botch on the middle court, 2 middle courts. Not really too many places to stand. And when you're playing, there's not a lot of space to move around as well. and try to get out of the way. So it's a little tight. So I can understand why there's people coming and watching on the monitors, because it is kind of difficult to see.
Because they burned it. The first guy burned it.
But, commanding lead here. Let's see if
Too far. Hey,
Frank and Nico can regroup here.
yes. Yeah, you know, you lose the throw.
Good start.
Speaking of pizza, thank you to Fratelli's Pizzeria for supplying the dough this weekend. 689 Hill Street, Waterbury, Connecticut.
I meant to count how many trays of rows of dough they had laid out yesterday, how many pizzas they made. Certainly dozens and dozens.
So I waited until the line kind of died down a little bit, and I got in line. And just as I was about to get my pizza, my game was called, which seems to happen to me quite a bit. And by the time my game was over, they stopped making pizzas. So I never got my pizza yesterday. I'm so disappointed. So maybe I'll have to stop at Fratelli's and scratch that itch.
They got a Pepe's here.
I've been, but I didn't want to diss our sponsor there, so.
True. Maybe I shouldn't say.
That's okay. The Pepe's is very good, but I'm sure Fratelli's is very good as well.
The dough was great.
Yeah. It looked fantastic, and they did such a nice job here.
I would say the dough was the best part about the pizza yesterday. It's a good recovery. Right?
Absolutely. Well, you're not going anywhere without a good dough. I mean, it's not happening.
What would pizza be without dough?
Yeah. Sauce.
The age-old question.
What would any of us be without dough?
All right, so Mickey's not enough to hit this ball. Not wasting any time.
That'll do
Very
it.
confident hit there. Let's see if they get on a little bit of a roll here.
Well, now they've got control of the Paulino.
It was an awfully. I would bet that Rolando and Anthony did not mean to put the Paulino that short.
Yeah, that was a pretty risky move on their part. I mean, they're lucky to get away with just one, giving up one.
Stewie's getting mad over on court 4.
They're waiting for somebody, it looks like.
They've been waiting for 20 minutes, at least. Should be a forfeit.
It should be, yeah.
Is it Alex they're waiting on?
It's Derby X.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Alex.
I wonder where. I mean, Alex has been around.
There he
Here
is.
he is.
He's getting a breakfast sandwich.
He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
food.
Uh-oh.
He's up at the bar. Now he's stopping to say hello.
Now he's got a glad hand a little bit.
Take his time. Nice hit there.
He changed his name, kind of.
Yeah. So you were telling me, right?
Last year, there was
Sandro?
Sandro, and
Now he's Alex.
Oh, now he's wardrobe change.
it's going through the pockets of my
Yeah.
coat.
So maybe this is by design. It's maybe by design.
It's the old school Connecticut way, right? Any edge. Anything for an edge. Now he's standing down at this end of the court, sipping his drink.
Got to take a bite of his sandwich. Maybe use the bathroom.
Do push-ups.
No, there he is. He's on the court. Okay, here we go. Looks like it's moving, but
See how far it trickles.
On court 3, looks like Eddie and Paul are up 4-0 on Russ Johnson and Jimmy Oma. Court 1 is 6-4. Jimmy Myers and Tony Porcello over Marco and Jimmy DeSenza. And court 4, Alex has now entered the facility. Two balls back for Drunken Lions.
yeah. Cut into this lead pretty nicely if they can. That's a good ball. Rolled that along that sideboard there for about 4 or 5 feet. And curled over towards the palm lane. See if you can do it again. And a chip there.
Uh-oh. Ball's got to stop.
I think that's 3.
Gonna stop.
It is 3 for now.
That's 3. All right. Right back into the game, 9-6.
No problem, Cheryl.
What's that?
Talking to the chat.
Oh.
Thank you also to Pabas by Connie Rose. Shout out to Frankie getting all these sponsors. Pabas by Connie Rose. Diner in Waterbury, Connecticut. Come visit Pabas and be welcomed by the family.
Love diners. We don't have a lot of diners
No?
in the Utica Rome area, unfortunately.
What's up with that?
Not sure. So any of
Should
you
open a Malachi's Diner.
Well, not me, but if there's any enterprising people that want to come to Central New York and open a diner, I'm sure you do fabulously well.
Another stick.
I love diners.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
just
diners.
so many options. Get any kind of food at any time of the day. You can have pancakes with your meatloaf if you want. It's fantastic.
Only in America.
That's a great shot.
Red ball's in play. That's going to be a tough one to go clean. Paulino to the back, of course, favors the green. He's really got to hit this ball at like 11 o'clock.
And he did.
Or 1 o'clock.
Well, I think from his perspective it was 11 o'clock, but from our perspective it's 1.
Sure,
But now that it's daylight savings time, it's
That's right. Yeah. So now we'll have to go to 12 and 2. All right. Nice ball by Nico. I don't know if I've seen Rolando try to hit. Is he a hitter? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna find out.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Rolando?
I've played against him many times over the years.
Good hit.
If I'm not mistaken, he might have used to be a first hitter for his team.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he made the hit. Just got a bad break there.
Hey, there's still some egg sandwiches upstairs, so if you want some, go up and get them.
There's the first of what I'm sure will be 5 announcements about egg sandwiches.
We
So-
also have a game dinner Friday night. If anybody's interested, the bar has some tickets for that.
What's the over/under, you think, on the announcement?
Depends on how many egg sandwiches they have left.
If you want one, go upstairs.
I'll say 2.5 is probably a pretty good line.
I'm going to go over.
Nice shot.
Nico Fox, 9-8.
9-8. Right back into this game. Took them a little while to get into a rhythm, but they're back. So I got a breakfast sandwich yesterday, and I was surprised to find that the sausage is not breakfast sausage. This is legit sweet Italian sausage. They just kind of cut it in half. make a great sandwich out of it. So
I had never considered that.
I was a little surprised, but I wasn't arguing with the taste of it. It was a pretty good combination, I'd say.
That's a good use of sausage. I mean, there's a lot of good uses for
Yeah,
sausage.
absolutely. You know, and I don't think Jimmy Dean's is ever going to see the inside of this club. So. All right, so over on court 1, we got 7-6. Jimmy Myers up on Marco and Jimmy. And let's see if we can get some other scores for you. Can't quite see Russell's score.
Looks like it's 5.
I think Eddie and Paul are 5. I can't quite see Russell's score. Nico's blocking me a little bit here, maybe when he moves. Okay, 5-2. So Eddie and Paul are up on Russ and Jimmy Oma, 5-2. And I think they're just starting the other game between Stewie and Ron Dog and Darby X.
Yeah, those arrows on the scoreboard can confuse me a little bit.
Yeah, and it seems like during one of my games, I stood up there near the scoreboard and I kind of leaned back, and then I had to catch myself because I didn't want to like accidentally move the dials or anything like that, you know. So
I think that's happened a few times.
yeah. Good hit by the Anthony there.
I like the scoring system you've got at the Tokalana. Those nice metal plates.
Although
There's no mistaking.
we'll need to, every once in a while you got to repaint them. Chipped and whatnot, weathered, but yeah. Hard to make a mistake there. Once the tile is flipped, it stays flipped. Nice hit by Nico there.
2 green points.
One left though, one ball left for Anthony. Excellent, good speed.
That ain't short.
It might even be a little
That ain't short.
No, just enough. I think he made it. Yeah. So, Ronaldo and Anthony able to stem the tide here a little bit. Let's see if they can regain that momentum now. So Lou, I see the Frizzo 1 chat says yes, Ronaldo was a first hitter for years.
It's Mike Corona.
Is it Mike Corona? Okay.
And there's a reason, man. He was deadly.
Screen ball should come back for Nico. Still moving.
I think they called red. They're going to measure it though. Oh boy. Did he move the ball? No. Okay. I thought maybe he moved the ball with the measurement.
So Mike Corona's in the chat. I thought I saw him here this morning.
He was. I think he headed back home this morning. Or was it yesterday? I don't know. It's all blurred in. One day to the next. It looks like they tied the score over on court 1, 7-7. Tight game there. He's back in for 2. Nice hit by Anthony.
Look at this. Look at this ball.
Wow, look how far it came. That came back a long way. That's weird that Nico's ball didn't. I mean, they essentially hit the backboard on the same spot.
Yeah, it worked its way around that green one.
Morning, Doc. Looking forward to getting down to Kansas City in a few weeks.
Is that President Roberto?
It's Doc the President.
Yes, Brian, if you tuned in a little earlier, you did see Nico miss early on, shaking the rust off, but seems like he's figured that out now. So, and I like that point too. Great point. Is he going to be able to hide it? It's exposed a little bit here on the right. I mean, on the left side here. You can see about 3/4 of the ball. He does have a little bit of a blocker. See if Anthony can get to it. Actually, Brian might have been referring to Anthony, who is also a kid, and who also hasn't really missed much this
Look
game.
at this.
There we go.
You're going to make it a better point.
Yeah.
Wow. He did hit the wrong ball that time.
It was blocking it, you know. As a hitter, obviously, if something comes into your line of sight, it tends to throw your stride off a little bit, your stroke off. Oh, looks like it's going to be 2. Oh, just the 1? Okay. 10-9.
This game started off 9-2. Hey, Pete.
How's your mother-in-law's, Pete? I was watching from there yesterday.
Stewie wearing a Duke shirt?
Can't tell.
He likes the blue. He wears a Dodger hat. I'm a Dodger fan, so it's always nice to see somebody with Dodger wear on it, but he says he just likes the color. So it could be the same with Duke.
But the shirt is black.
Are you so committed as a Dodgers fan that you would get yourself a tattoo?
He took it upon himself.
It's nice. I like the tattoo. Looks good.
You got any tattoos, Joe?
Not a tattoo guy.
Not yet.
Nah. I don't think I ever will be. But hey, you know, I don't begrudge people that like to get tattoos.
If you
I'm
had
not
to
a
get
hater.
one, what would you get?
I had to get one.
Yeah. I've been asked that, and I can't come up with a good answer.
I don't know. Names of my kids, maybe.
Yeah. Good shot.
Another bad break on a hit.
Oh, it's taken a day and a half, but there's our first person in the chat complaining about the hitting line. No, to answer your question, no. Nobody calls the hitting line. The hitting line is in the wrong spot. Actually, on these courts, it's better. It's extended, but the courts we play on, the hitting line is in the wrong spot, so it's not useful. Back in the day, everybody thought that they were keeping a foot. The rule is always you keep your back foot behind the line when you release. And so for most of my life, everybody thought that their back foot was behind the line, but now that we can, watch video and watch things in slow motion, turns out nobody's behind the line. Well, not nobody, but.
Wow, how did he split those two balls? That's amazing. I didn't even think there was enough room there, quite frankly. Jeez. He could not do that again if he tried. Well, we're going to find out.
Three green. What a shot.
That's a great shot. Yeah, he wasn't going to miss that shot twice. He adjusted, and on the adjustment, he was able to hit the ball on the left side and clear it past those two green. Great shot.
So it looks like he shot the second ball from the same spot where he shot the first ball.
Yeah.
I know when I shoot and miss and I have to shoot again, I change at least slightly my angle.
I think he liked his angle there. I mean, really, it was a 1 in 100 shot that he was going to split the ball on Pauline there.
Yeah.
So I don't think his where he was standing was the problem. I think it was just the release, and he adjusted it a little bit, just slightly to the left, and he hit it where he needed to hit it.
I'm not suggesting it's a problem. Just for me personally, I feel like.
Oh, sure, sure.
Yeah. I'm going to try a slightly different angle.
I mean, we've been rightfully praising Nico's hitting, but I tell you what, Anthony's put on a show here too in this game. He's hitting and sticking balls, and I think that when he missed that ball in the frame previous, I think that might have been his first miss hit. I could be wrong, but he's had a heck of a game. Looks a little short on our monitor. I think they might put a tape on it though.
Yeah, Val, I do need a BBN tattoo. You want to buy me one in 2 weeks? I'll do it live on the broadcast.
Valerie suggesting a BBN logo tattoo?
I think that was for you, Joe.
For me? Sure.
Nice and big across your chest.
Sure. Like Superman.
Oh. 3 balls down for Drunken Lions. 2 ball advantage. But that ball's not going to be super easy to beat.
Sorry to hear about your mother-in-law there, Peter. I wish her a speedy recovery. Okay, well, we got a little bit of a break here. Court 1. Looks like Tony and Jimmy have jumped out to a 9-7 lead. Or is that 10? It's between 9 and 10, the dial. I guess 9.
9. They can shoot both these. Still have the hammer. Probably gonna have to shoot the last ball too.
Nice. Stuck around.
Yeah, could get 2 points, 2, 3 points. Nico's got to keep this ball off the board.
I think he's going to try to either put it on the Paulino or on that back red.
This is gonna fall to the center of the short.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the point, but it's not quite where he wanted it, I don't think. points in. Okay, as far as the Eddie and Paul versus Russell and Jimmy Oma game, looks like Eddie is up 10-3 in that one. And then on court 4, I'm not sure who is red and who is green. I'll figure that out.
Ron Dog just moved the green one.
Yeah.
To 7 to 2.
I'm not seeing anybody picking up any balls here. Let's see who's rolling first.
Stewie's got a red ball, doesn't he, in his hand?
Yes. Yes, he does. And a black Duke sweatshirt, correct?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like Darby X is up 7-2 in that game.
That's what it looks like.
So. Tony Porcello making a really nice shot there. Court 1. Forcing Marco to throw his last ball. It's going to be a little short. That's pretty uncharacteristic of Ronaldo. He's usually within a foot or so. Jimmy and Tony up to a 10-7 lead now. That's a really good ball. Close. Well, it looks like you don't have to erase the coverage. Over 134. Let's try to get it to 200 now.
See, for some reason, my computer is struggling a little bit right now. I don't know if it's... Oh, I'm not sure.
Breaking out the inside measure here. It's such a delicate process. I know that whenever I do an inside measure, I'm terrified. I'm gonna move a ball. That one was relatively painless. Red ball in.
Why is this doing this?
Oh, Nico with the most gentlest spot you'll ever see. And he just nicks it out to give Green the point. Just a nudge. Two uncharacteristic points, one from Ronaldo and one from Anthony here.
This could be game. This could be game. Nico's going to have to hit this, possibly. This is close too.
What do you do here if it's in? Fred's in.
Shoot it. It's a game. If you roll, you can bump it, sell it. I mean, well, if it's already in.
Green's in.
The green or red?
Green's in. Frankie probably roll up on the left.
Yeah, he's going to take his
Take a
time
shot
here.
first.
Take
That's
a
right.
shot.
Yeah, gather himself. I think he's going to try to go pretty high up to this wall. Drop it in. Let's see.
Frankie Rinaldi for the game.
I like the speed.
Frankie says no.
Yeah, a little speed. No, a little too fast. Okay.
Nico Fox.
All right. Let's see if they can close the door here. Ooh. Okay, I was going to say he might be a little too high, but I forgot that it hugs the wall. It's a measure. No. I think it's worth a measure. Why not? It seemed like Frankie was just ready to concede the point, but Nico says, why not measure? Oh, they got to go to the inside measure. Could be.
(10-8) on court one. Jimmy and Tony over Marco and Jimmy. 12? 12 to 4. Court three. So
That's Eddie
Paul
and Paul,
and Eddie.
right?
Paul and Eddie, yeah.
And they got 3 balls back here. It looks like this could be game on court 3. Stewie and Ron Dog are, who just rolled that ball? Stewie. They are down 10 to 2.
Green's in. That is the game.
That's 2. That's game.
Oh, Ronaldo not happy with the call. I think he wants.
It's a classic move.
I mean, they were happy with this official up to this until this measurement.
Right.
And now they want to call in another official. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He was short.
Keep
he was
measuring until something changes.
He was intentionally short on the red, and then he put it on the green, and it was touching the ball lane. Yeah. Nice comeback for this team. Heartbreak for Rolando and Anthony, who had to feel like they had a really good chance of winning this game early on.
Yeah, they were up 9 to 2. Final score 14-11.
I almost didn't even want to measure that. I almost was giving it away.
Yeah, Ronaldo, Frank making the point that they almost conceded that point until Nico said, no, we're going to measure. So,
Top 4 undefeated, Frankie Rinaldi, Nico Fox. I'm going to go have an egg sandwich. We've only had one announcement about him.
they must be out.
I was wrong then.
They might be out of that game.
They are in the third
Third one down.
one down. Yep.
I can't see it right now. Here, Mikey. Grab one for the both of us.
Can do. Thank you. You want one, Dad?
All right. Can we move the camera over to the other game that's going on court one?
Sure. let's see, check something here. That could be why. That's all right. We're okay. What? Oh, they're in the second one down.
Second one down. Okay.
Score is what? 10, 11.
So it looks like Derby X has a pretty commanding lead over on court 4, 10-4. So maybe Alex's plan to stall the start of that game worked out for him.
Morning, John. Go get an egg sandwich. A couple. Did you want one, Dad?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
They've all got sausage in them, right?
You could take the sausage out. It's pretty easy.
No, I'm gonna. You know what? That sounds good.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
Here, hang on a second. He wants one as well. See if you can find some hot sauce, too. That'd be really good. All right, thanks. Yep. Okay. So, okay. All right, so Mike actually updated the scoreboard there, so you can see.
Oh, and he moved the cameras. Okay.
All right.
So
So it looks like Derby came back.
Ooh. Oh, those sideboard, shooting off the sideboard.
Yes.
He's trying to hit Paulino, right? You think?
Yes. That seems to make the most sense.
Boy, when it's that close to the board, that's tough to hit.
It is, but you know, I found that you know, I think I commented on this yesterday that these balls seem to stick to the sideboards if you can get them there. But Jimmy threw that with such force, it really didn't give it a chance to stay on the wall. So let's see if this will play out here. Those balls want to go towards the board.
It might be a little short.
It might be.
It's worth the straddle.
No, it is short. There's Jimmy, big moment in this game. Yeah.
He's walking fast. Must be short.
Yeah. He's urging it on. No.
Classic.
Yes.
It's a classic Butch move.
So I think if
two balls back here.
and Tony distraught about the situation here. If Marco can move this Paulino, this game's over. And he is. Oh, he missed it as well.
They're going to try it again.
Well,
I think.
why not?
Right.
Yeah, when you got a chance to win the game.
Looks like he's calling for a roll in, but
I don't mind that scene. He's telling him to roll straight for the Paulino. And did he get it? Nope, he missed it.
No.
Wow. Okay.
looks like one green.
Yep. So they survive the fight. One more frame.
See where Jimmy's. I haven't been watching that game, obviously. See where Jimmy's putting the Paulino. He's going deep. He's going. Is it too deep? No. Still in play. Pin high, and it is so tough to keep it near those sideboards.
Okay, on court number 2, Ball deep against Russ Elman. Court number 2.
Yeah, Tony managed to do it. Nice ball.
That's a great ball.
Nice ball. Nice hit. And beautiful stick. That ball keeps. Both balls are still.
Wow.
Wow. Let's see with that green ball, see if it comes back again.
It seems to be
No.
rolling to the left, so nice hit there. Okay, let's see if Jimmy's able to make a point here. No, looks like Michael's gonna hit his own ball, maybe.
Let's see what he's looking at. Or Pauline, but you can't. I don't think he'd shoot Pauline, do you?
I don't think so. It's just too unpredictable. I think hitting his own ball is a call here.
Yeah. Played a little billiards there. He knew his ball was going to jump to the right.
Right. That gives him 2. I think that Jimmy and Tony have the ball advantage. It's not 2 balls, 2-1. But they're going to need a good point from Tony here.
Yeah, this ball has to be in, I think.
Oh boy, he's quick. Is he quick? He's quick. I don't think he's beaten anything. Wow, that's a bad time for that ball. That's a bad time for that ball. His pressure's on now. Jimmy to
Michael put that breakfast sandwich right under my nose.
I know.
It smells really good.
Well, from my side, we're near the door that leads to the outside back of the club. And I think somebody's opened that door to go out to partake in the recently legalized tobacco. And that aroma is making its way into the club. So that's all I can smell right now. So.
Long discussion here. Let's see what they're looking at.
Yeah. Listen, if I know Jimmy, this call has to involve a hit somehow.
Yeah, like a 100-mile-an-hour hit.
Yeah, I think that's what he likes to do the most. But I think reason has to win out here. And I think they have to point it. I think Tony's trying to talk him into that.
I think so too, yeah.
So. But you know, you got to have conviction, right? You got to have conviction in your shot. And if Jimmy doesn't have the conviction to roll, that affects it as well. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Either way. All right, let's see what they decided. Jimmy doesn't look convinced. Let's see how he lines up.
Jimmy Myers too.
Jimmy is going to hit. Maybe he won that argument.
And he missed. And that's game. Derby 21 moves on.
Didn't love that call. Didn't love that call at all. I'm sure we'll be discussing it in the car ride home at some point today.
Yeah.
So. Tough loss. They were up. So I think you saw that play out on court 2 first, and then in court 1 where you had teams with big leads against some A-level players, and they just weren't able to close it out. So that's Bocce. So now on the court in front of us, we have a team, local team, Balls Deep, playing against Jimmy Omar and Russell Johnson. This is a loser's bracket game. So the loser of this game will see the end of their tournament, sadly. It looks like Rondog and Stewie lost their game as well.
Yeah. And Jimmy and
It's Jimmy and Tony.
yeah.
Oh, there's your first round of losers. We have one team remaining without a loss throughout the last 2 days. And that is Ponte Drunken Lions. Go
Yeah.
Fox, Frankie Rinaldi.
So interesting that three of the four undefeated teams from yesterday lost.
Angelo and Sal against Stu.
And Nico and Frankie, they were down 9-2. Came back.
Yeah.
Court number 11.
We got a losers bracket game. Good.
Nobody wants to play you anymore?
That egg sandwich never stood a chance, Mikey. It's pretty darn good.
Court 4. Shane and Joe D.
And this is a pretty darn good matchup here.
Very short ball. Makes sense, though. Almost shooting underhand.
And Joe's been shooting lights out too for balls deep. So. Freddie wasted no time throwing that point.
You know these balls deep guys?
Played them last night, and they played very well against us, especially Joe. And I think I'd mentioned that Joe had stepped away from the game for about 15 years. Joe here in the red shirt, and now getting back into it. And I think Freddie was a little hesitant to play with him in the tournament because of his absence. But, after seeing him practice and playing some pickup games leading up to the tournament, he felt pretty good about it. And, we had a really good run yesterday. Let's make it to Sunday. And they played very well against us. A local team, obviously. Broadcaster's curse again, right? Never fails. Friday one in the spot again. Made the hit, but got that break. We're getting static.
That's what Matt says.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt. For two? Or
Wow.
four? Is that four?
Yeah, it was four. Yeah, it was four. Freddie showing his frustration there, kicking the balls. So, good frame.
Wow.
Freddie didn't display too much emotion during our game last night, but he was clearly perturbed by that turn of events in that frame, for sure. Letting Joe have it a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's upset that Joe missed that shot on the wall, which is one of those shots you feel like you should be able to hit with your eyes closed.
Right.
He did have balls in the way, but
You did.
there's ways to get around them.
But, as we know, it's a long game. We'll see if they can recover. Good morning to Pistol Pete.
Morning, Pete.
Although it's creeping into afternoon here.
Ron and Stewie up on court one versus last year's champs. It's another losers bracket game.
Oh, boy. Freddie's not going to be happy with that one either. Probably shouldn't have said anything about how well Joe was hitting it. Going for Paulino there.
A little bit of both courts. It's like Ron and Stewie are in the red on the right side of your screen. Ball's gone.
Yeah.
Be another big frame.
Got 2 back.
2 balls back, and what do you think, Joe? 4 feet? Yeah. I'll call it
3.5.
yeah. I was going to go 42 inches, 43.
Yeah.
Maybe 41. What's he going to shoot? No.
No, I don't like that call at all. Yeah, okay.
He's just taking his time. These balls, Perfettas, they take about 4 times as long to clean off as Super Martel, as a synthetic court ball.
Right.
What's up? I'm okay, thank you. I just had a sandwich. Thank you.
Really didn't ask me if I wanted anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they converted 3 points there.
A 4 and a 3. All of a sudden, it's 7-1.
Yeah. Just like that. So this game is a mental game just as much as it is a quote-unquote physical game.
Quote unquote. It's a physical game.
Yeah, but we're not really overexerting ourselves physically in this game. It does, take a physical talent. But, as Yogi Berra once said, right, half of this game is 100% mental or something like that, something along those lines. But same thing here with Bocce. Boy, he's really not feeling it. I don't know that the pressure from Freddie is helping either.
Oh, this is going to be the tough part of not playing very often, is being consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might have streaks of great play.
Yep.
But when something goes wrong, to know how to adjust can be a lot harder. You don't have those repetitions.
Yeah.
But hit that time. That green is still coming back.
He make it? Pretty close. No. Not sure.
2 balls back again. Or 3? 3 balls back for green.
All right, they needed that.
I would imagine Jimmy will shoot this.
And it'll be interesting to see where the balls end up.
Jimmy Omer rocking the Galliano Club shirt. Shout out to the Galliano Club.
That's right. It's a legendary facility. It's like Fenway Park, Lambeau Field.
It's not the worst thing ever.
No.
Shoot it again. Got the left side of the ball now.
So just to let you know what you have.
Russ was saying last night that in all of their games yesterday, Jimmy might have missed like 1 ball.
Yeah, I watched some of their games, their early games, and he was.
Oh, just missed the left
Not
side.
only was he hitting balls, he was hitting them like dead nuts solid.
Salad for $4.
So, but as you know,
And pay a lady.
shooting is streaky.
I'll let you know what time it's ready. All right? And everybody's welcome to go by lunch.
Was that another announcement for the?
This is for lunch. I wonder if they have any pasta fagioli left. I didn't get any of that yesterday.
Russ Johnson. Got to take a right or stop.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, took a left. That's unusual. I think it still might be in.
Yeah, the pasta fagioli yesterday was excellent.
It was boiling hot.
Unfortunately, I'd already eaten, so I really wasn't hungry enough to get a cup. But,
Steak
it
sandwiches.
looked really good.
The steak sandwiches were great too.
Yeah, I heard they were on point. So
I was, I'd like a little bit bigger portion, I wasn't going to go for a second bowl, but like a bowl and a half would have been nice.
Game on court one between Sal and Angelo and Ron and Stewie is 1-0 right now. Like to cover as much of that game as we can. We'll see.
We're heading into the St. Joseph's season, right? So my mom always used to make me some pasta cicci as a kid.
Yeah.
So, some zeppoli.
Do you cook?
Good time of year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I make a really good pasta fagioli. And I tried my hand at zeppoli last year, and they were pretty good. So
Russ's ball did stay in for the point. 8 straight. That could have been a lot worse, though, for the balls deep guys.
Geez, I just stepped away for a couple minutes. They got 8 points.
yeah, they had a 4-point frame and a 3-point frame.
Oh, wow.
Consecutively. All right, well, Freddie.
As a result of good shooting.
Well, I think the 4-point frame was the result of a missed spot. Joe hit a ball that was somewhat in the way, I guess, and he missed the spot. And then when he made the second spot, the green ball traveled with the Paulino while the red ball kind of faded over to the right side of the court.
Gotcha.
And they were able to come in for 4. Again, missed. He's off. And then you start getting into your own head as a hitter.
Somebody over here needs a diaper change.
Oh boy. Not me.
You're not it.
I'm not it.
I think it's one of these guys facing away from us.
Oh, okay. It's too bad they're not downwind.
Better go open that door.
Well, you might get a different aroma if you open that door, although
That's a sweeter one.
one of the culprits is playing, I guess. So I think we should be okay if you open that back door. All right. Well, Freddie drained him out of balls. Let's see, it's their perfect opportunity to get back into this game. They're able to put in a couple of balls here. It's got possibilities. To Freddie, very animated. He was expecting disaster there.
And Stewie's not happy.
Okay, again with Freddie with his hands on his head. No. Okay. All right. Crisis averted. They're in for 2. 1 ball left. Freddie very nicely dressed. He looks like, you know, if things don't go well for him in this game, he could head out to church if he wants to.
On court 1,
Is that
Angelo just got a 3-point frame. I think it's 4-1 or 2. I can't tell where the arrow is. They're ahead now.
4-1. Oh. Yeah, 4-1.
all right? They probably would have liked to get 3 or 4 there, but they got 2. Let's see if they can get themselves back into the game. Leaving some room for Russell here. Going to end up being in, but still a lot of room there. Freddie can either work on his ball or roll in for his own point. That's going to work. All right, let's see if Jimmy can get himself right here. He's got a nice target. A little shorter distance. And you got it. Sometimes all you need is just one. Get you right back on track. Big Freddie was doing a little dance there. I don't know what the measurement was before. So no good. That's got better speed. All right. 2 for 2, but cleared the point ball as well. So it looks like it might be a little juicy. What do you think, Mike?
It's hard to tell. I think it's long.
I'm going green.
No, green. 9-3.
Yes. Good call. Good set of eyes there, Lou.
Hey, every once in a while. Only.
Pasta fagioli was Dean Martin's favorite dish.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. And he loved the way his daughter made it. His daughter made it for him.
I met Dean Martin 2 weeks ago.
The seance?
We were at the Tuscany. They have a Rat Pack show there at the Tuscany in Vegas, and we were at the bar one night, and the Dean Martin guy came out and talked to us for a little bit.
Nice.
He's actually from Connecticut.
Didn't you talk to him about the butch courts here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a botch player?
No,
Okay.
but he was familiar.
Mhm.
His name was Drew. I wonder if he liked pasta fagioli.
I'm sure if he was Italian, must. Otherwise, you got to take your card away. You got to take your Italian card away if you don't like pasta fagioli.
I wonder if you can get a good pasta fagioli in Vegas.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would imagine.
I imagine. Yeah.
The food in Vegas is so good.
The real Dean Martin, I think, came from Ohio. Yeah, pretty sure he was from Ohio.
7-1.5 on court one. Stewie and Ron Dog are down. Hello, Kevin. That's a nice hit there, but a bad break. 2 balls to 1 for balls deep. Wouldn't be surprised if they shot these 2 balls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what Freddie's calling for.
Gotta hit this.
That's got it.
Could have gone better, but
Yeah.
could have gone worse.
Yeah. You got 2.
I think
That's
shots
just one.
like that, you need a softer shot. The way the balls roll around, bounce around. You want them to move, but you don't want them to be pinballing around back there.
It's like
Two
two for
green.
green.
I thought they had a ball in the back. Burned the ball.
Yeah, burned the ball earlier.
11 tree.
How about you, Lou? Do you cook? Do you
Oh yeah,
make a good pasta fagioli?
mine's very simple. Michael makes a good one too, but his is
Do you use like the pancetta and all the rest of it?
He's hot sausage.
Oh, hot sauce. No, I don't put any meat in my pasta fagioli.
no. Mine's very simple. It's my grandmother's recipe.
Yeah, mine is my mother.
Mine is Fiore's. Adapted. That's gone. Out.
Court 1, looks like Stewie and Round Dog had a big frame.
Yeah, 7-5.
7-5 they're down now, yeah.
This game looks like might not last much longer. We'll get right over to Stewie and Ron Dog's game. I know a lot of people want to watch that.
Yeah, this Balls Deep team is a very different team than the one we faced last night, I'll tell you.
Isn't that fun to watch?
I would say it's a kick in the balls deep. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
would say, so. Hope my brother's not watching.
He doesn't approve of that type of language.
No, he would just feel the same way.
Oh.
Why would you roll on this ball? You got 2 balls to 1.
Okay, I think he's going to try to.
He's going for game.
Yeah, I think he's going to just try to bump
But
it.
if this comes off,
No.
or you had 3 balls to 1 rather, just shoot the ball. Take the 3 points. The game is over anyways.
Yeah. Strange call there.
Balls Deep might escape with a point here now.
They're 1-1, right?
Yeah, but depending on if this ball comes off the board and tucks in,
So real quick, ball's going to have to kill it.
it's going to come off a little.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow, that was a great shot.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that same shot I think was available to us.
That's a volo.
Might we see our first volo? I mean, we had one last night. We missed it.
Where's that Paulino going?
We had a couple yesterday. We got a
Broadcast?
bolo on the broadcast.
Oh, good.
Yep. Frankie hit a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Frankenelli?
Frank Rinaldi.
No.
Jimmy wants the volo. Go smile.
Yes. Let's do it. We all want the volo.
You're gonna try and steal it.
Russ doesn't, though.
Balls Deep is gonna escape with a point here. I don't think. Well, I don't even think he'd be able to get that close, but. That was an easy 2 points.
Yeah. On court 1, Round Dog's rolling in. Looks like they've already got 2 points sitting and coming in for another one.
He likes it. He's running down the court after the ball. Let's see.
No noticeable reaction yet. They're marking up 2 points.
Okay.
7-7, court 1.
Might have to go over there.
So court 4 is locked in a tie, 5-5. It's Tony and Jimmy, and not sure who the other team is.
Shane and Joey.
Shane and Joe.
I think tournaments like that, you should have a team name.
Yeah.
There's so many Joeys and Johns and Anthonys and Tonys. And
We got 3 Jimmys on the court right now.
Right.
I don't know what you and your brother would be, seeing how there already was the brothers.
So years ago, when we first started playing bocce, just kind of on a lark. I mean, because both my brother and I are late to the game. But we played in a tournament one time, and I had some shirts made up that said Malachi Crunch, which a lot of people are not going to get that reference at all. But if you were a Happy Days fan, you would get that reference. Because there was the Malachi Brothers Demolition Derby team, and their patented move was the Malachi Crunch.
Oh, really?
So,
Which Happy Days character was involved with that?
the Malachi Brothers. So Fonzie, I guess, was, you know, in Pinky Tuscadero there. They were in the Demolition Derby. And Pinky was in danger of being the subject of a Malachi Crunch until Fonzie came to the rescue. So, you get everything on this broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Here's a little trivia for Happy Days.
Yeah.
You know, you don't realize originally Fonzie was not ever going to say a word.
No.
He was just going to give the thumbs up and go.
Yeah. And
"Whoa."
if you remember, he didn't have that patented leather jacket either. He had kind of almost like a members only jacket.
2? How is that 2?
So. But, anyway, back to botch.
How is that 2?
I'm not sure. Russell seemed to agree.
Update on court 1 here. It looks like Stewie and Round Dog have 3 balls back. Angelo and Sal are out of balls, and it's hard to tell who's got the point. They're looking at it. I think their 4th ball, Angelo and Sal's ball, might be in. But they've got room to roll in. This could be another big frame.
Yeah, we're going to go over to this court. This game is all but over. Should be over if they had just taken their points last frame. If it gets any closer, we'll check back in. But we got a 7-7 game.
But I think that's going to be the nice thing about the Empire Cup this year is I think teams are buying into getting uniforms. I know that we ordered our shirts or are in the process of ordering our shirts for that. We're going to have names and numbers.
Numbers?
Yeah. We gave the option, do you want a name or a number? And each team member came back with a name and a number that they wanted. So why not?
So what number are you, or is this?
I'll be at 23. That's my son's. That was my son's hockey number, so I will be.
Okay.
Also, the number of my favorite baseball player of all time, Don Mattingly.
Oh, yeah. Horrible coach for the Dodgers.
Terrible coach, but for a few years, game's over on court 2, by the way. He was one of the most dominant baseball players in the 80s over a 5 or 6 year stretch.
How many World Series teams was he on for the Yankees?
None.
No?
No. They didn't have the wild card back then, and they were a perennial second place finisher in the American League East. So he got to one playoff, and it was the year that they went up on a 2-0 on the Seattle Mariners, and then the Mariners went home for 3 games, and they won all 3 games at home, and that was it. He retired that year.
Kelly Barnett says Bill's related to Joni from Happy Days.
Really? Okay.
Wow. We're learning all kinds of happy day stuff here.
Yeah, Joni. She died much too young, Joni. But yeah, Chachi was her squeeze, right? They had a spin-off, Joni Loves Chachi.
Yeah, Joni loves Chachi.
Chachi, the cousin of the Fonz.
What was it that he said? Was it whoa or
Hey.
hey? Oh, right.
These Happy Days fun facts are brought to you by All Trade Industries, 94 Edwin Avenue, Waterbury, Connecticut, providing general construction and maintenance services, alltradeindustries.com.
I bet you All Trade Industries could have built the ramp that Fonzie jumped. He jumped over the shark bin, and that's how they came up with the phrase "jumping the shark." When a show goes past its prime, they call it "jumping the shark." And it was that episode where they felt Happy Days was truly over, and Fonzie was jumping sharks on water skis.
How many seasons were they in?
Oh God,
Professor.
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
You could tell us everything else.
No, I would love the show. I love the show. I love
Look
it.
at this. 3 balls back for Ron and Stewie.
Yeah.
This could be the game.
Yeah, it
they
could be.
They could eliminate the defending champs here. Ron's going to have to hit this.
That's 3 frames in a row. They've had 3 balls back.
Ron doesn't traditionally hit and stick, though. He's got that underhand. So
He's got kind of a sidewinder.
It's a knuckleball, man.
oh, missed it. Wow.
Yeah, if you watch his ball in the air, it does not rotate at all. It's a pure knuckleball. If that's what a pure knuckleball is.
So I think was it Bob Uecker famously said, "You know how to catch a knuckleball? Just wait till it stops rolling and you pick it up."
Yeah, I remember that.
Why not shoot this ball again?
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think they're
The
trying to
only other
figure out a
option-
way to end the game. So
Yeah,
maybe
well,
they're
shoot
discussing
Paulino.
shoot Paulino, yeah, and then have Stewie hit the red. That wouldn't be a bad call. Although, no, they
Just hit the ball, take the 2 points. We
No,
saw this last game.
actually, yeah, no, Ron's ball is dead. 'Cause
Oh, Paulino, what a shot.
he did do it, yeah. Let's see if Stewie can get this ball.
What a shot.
That's a great shot.
As Stewie can line up. No,
Yeah.
come on. I don't know. I'd still shoot that.
Absolutely. Come on, Stewie.
You line up your own 2 balls. That's pretty low probability that you're going to hit that ricochet on that green. I'd be shooting my ball over here because even if you miss, you're going to hit your ball in the back. You're still going to get 2 points.
All right. No, he's going to roll.
Stewie's going to take the 2.
Take
Gonna
the shirt,
take
too.
12 points in Paulino, not a bad spot to be in.
Yeah.
I guess that's what he's thinking. Although if he
He's
burns
going
this
to
ball.
burn it. Burned it.
He burned it. No. There's no indication there.
2?
Did he burn it?
No, I guess not.
He got 2. All right. Usually Stewie's a little bit more emphatic when he's making points like that, big important points. So there's really a lack of emotion there.
He almost burned a 20-foot point, so I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to celebrate that.
All right, well.
This broadcast this weekend also brought to you in part by Yaman and Grant, attorneys at law. Where's my Yaman and Grant, known for diligent, conscientious representation of clients in a wide range of industries, including construction, real estate, manufacturing, finance, and technology. YamanGrant.com.
Looks like Shane and Joey are up on Tony and Jimmy. 11-5.
And by Cheeseburgers, not to be confused with
Cheeseburgers.
1300 Main Street, Watertown, Connecticut. Best burgers and fries in Connecticut.
It's quite a claim.
Look at this. 3 balls back again.
And honestly, I mean, Stewie rolled a good point there, but that's something that Angelo was beating. Yeah,
This
all
is,
weekend
everybody says court 4 is the toughest court. I think this is the toughest court.
long. I played on court 1 twice. I like playing there. I played on court 4. I didn't like that at all.
Well, I like court 4.
Matter of opinion, I guess. And how well you play on each court. I thought I played better on 1 than 4.
Yes, thank you, Pete Williamson. For those of you watching, appreciate you tuning in on this Sunday afternoon on the East Coast. If you're not subscribed to the BBN, please do me a favor and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future live streams. And if you haven't done so yet today, please click that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it.
Can't measure second point. Only point balls.
I need one more. Ron's got 2 balls.
I think Ron wants to point. Stewie was telling me.
He's got almost 2 feet, I think.
Yeah, he's got a lot of room. That's going to be short.
Short. I think I would have liked shooting that ball.
Stewie's getting mad at it. Stewie, you didn't make the point either.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is he long?
Uh-oh.
He's long.
That might be good. He sits on his own. Ron Diggity.
Let's see. They're going to call for a measure.
Wow. I think
Stewie, I like the way
I think it's pretty clearly read. I think this is just another case of we're not going to give it to you. Force him to measure.
Oh, boy.
Oh. The ref called it a green point.
Stewie said it's clearly red. The ref says it's green.
Is it the ref or is that? Oh, I thought it was maybe Sal.
No, it was a ref. Oh, maybe it was. That's it.
All right, that's it. Okay, it's official.
That was a nice attempt.
Hey,
there
listen,
from the
you know
ref
what?
to
Well,
try and,
When you're the
he's
champion,
gonna
trying to
be-
hang on there, this last gasp. So, little gamesmanship.
Again, gamesmanship. That's one word for it.
Yeah.
It's the older, a certain class of player, a certain generation.
So Stu and Ron move on.
from a
They're going to
certain
play
region.
against Russ and Jimmy
That
Omar.
should be a fun game.
Yeah.
We got up top half of the. Are they playing? Oh, we got another winners bracket game on court 2. Derby X versus Paul and Eddie. They are about to start. They just flipped the coin.
And on court 4, that game continues between Tony and Mike and Shane and Joe. And it looks like Shane and Joe are up 12-7. With Tony and Jimmy in for the point right now.
So it's interesting what I was going to say with that last measurement in Stewie and Ron Dog's game. Stewie, I've seen him do it before. When he wants something to measure, he'll look it over. He'll say, "Measure that," and he'll walk away. Like somebody else do, somebody else do. And then some guys are like, "All right, give me the tape. I want to measure it." It's interesting. But the way he did it, the way he did it reminded me of a scene in one of my favorite movies. I won't go into that. I think we've had too much trivia.
Yeah. Well, we got some downtime right
We
now.
got a lot of time to fill.
All right, so in Stripes,
Okay.
the greatest movie ever made.
Love it. Bill Murray.
Yeah, when
Harold Ramis.
they first show up at their boot camp, and the inept, I don't know what his title was. He wasn't a general. He was
Sergeant Hulka?
no.
Oh, yes.
Above Sergeant
yes,
Hulk.
yes. The Colonel.
The guy that got shipped to Alaska eventually.
Yeah. I think
Anyway, he trips over something. And he just points down, have that removed, and walks away. It reminded me of that.
Mm-hmm.
Measure that.
taking people down late 70s, early 80s TV and movie nostalgia lane.
I've had an ongoing, years ago, I had an ongoing argument with, or friendly discussion with a friend of mine about which Bill Murray movie had the best lines. So mine was Stripes.
Yeah.
His was, what was it? Was it Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Must be. I think it was Ghostbusters.
I don't think there was any world where that shot was going to work out the speed that Paul shoots. Not on this court.
So if the ball burns, you could say have that removed. Have that removed.
Yeah. So I think you're seeing that a lot on all of these courts where you're trying to point on a ball on that right side and it just doesn't want to stay there, no matter what you do.
Yeah, well, yeah. The same thing. That's why I say that about Paul's shot. Even if the ball comes off the backboard 6 inches, then it's going to continue to roll back 2-3 feet. This ball go left.
Yeah, here it comes.
And backwards.
And backwards too. So yeah, that's about as good as you're going to do there, quite honestly.
One of these courts, you can get at it through the opposite sideboard.
So we were actually, we got here kind of early, and we were fooling around with Eddie, actually. It was with Eddie, yeah. And we played with spinning the ball off the left sideboard up high to see if it can get down there. And it seemed to hold a little bit, yeah. But how hard do you spin into the sideboard, right? Because this obviously backboards are dead. So, but yeah, it's tough. That's a tough spot. So after the practice round, I essentially said, "Well, Eddie, just don't put the ball in there. Do your best to not put it there. You won't have to worry about it." It's funny how he was practicing that shot, and then it just came up in this game like that.
I think it was on court 4. We were fooling around too on
Yeah.
Friday night. And I think Nick Serra got it down.
Yeah. Well, Nick has perfected that sideboard shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of his signature shots. Pete Rubito chiming in with a quote from Stripes, if you want to look at that.
All right, Pete. Which one? I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, okay. Boy, Paul missed that. It's back again. Unusual for him. Says we're not Spartans, we're not Watusis, we're Americans.
We're 10-1. We're American soldiers. We're 10-1.
10-1, yeah. They were forced to train themselves after their sergeant was blown up. Yeah, this time you are on the air, yes, Marco.
Sì, sì, sì. Grazie.
Missed it twice.
Aspettiamo.
With a good cover ball. Try to get a little closer. I think he would have wanted to be a little bit in front of that Paulino. Toss a little too hard. Let's see if they can take advantage. The RBX. Wow, amazing point.
That ball went straight.
Yeah.
It's like the second ball I've seen this whole weekend that went straight.
I don't know how he did it. This isn't a bad line either.
They got the speed.
Little
Yeah.
chip. Look at that.
I haven't seen that name Derby X before. What do you think that X stands for?
I'm wondering if it's Roman numeral 10. I didn't really. I probably should have asked them about it because there's Derby 21, so maybe they were Derby 10. I don't know. Or maybe you know, Alex was expecting to play with Bernie Colangelo, who's famously known as Bernie X. So, or with the new Alex, right? There's an X at the end of his name.
Or it could be the size of a hat, you know, like
Yeah.
a derby, you know. What size you take? X, XL.
Yeah.
Maybe you should put the L in.
Any number of permutations. I think we're getting a little punchy here, Mike. You have to rein us in.
Well, compared to yesterday.
Oh, true. Although, I think that was, you know, there's a little fuel to that fire, so to speak.
A lot of fuel.
They were having a good time. So that game on court 4, Jimmy and Tony were down big. They were down 12-7, but they've rallied to tie the score, 12-12. So exciting game going on there on court 4. So it looks like on court 4, interestingly enough, that Tony and Jimmy have switched roles, and Jimmy is now pointing and Tony is hitting. I think that's what's fueled this comeback here.
Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. Huh?
Yeah, a little change of scenery.
Okay, lunch is ready. So go out and get some lunch. Yeah, so free, you got a whole dinner, which means you get everything with the salad.
Nice
You
ball.
get salad,
Great point.
so free by itself, $6. Pasta meatballs for $5, and the whole meal is $15. And they'll collect money up there. So go help yourself anytime you're ready.
Off the schneid.
And it looks like Tony and Jimmy survived.
Wow.
They came back in that game to win it.
Okay, Russ and Alma against Stuart and Doug and Gordon before. Russ and Alma against Stuart, Doug, and Gordon before.
Joe, are we certain of that result?
Well, I'm going to see who sweeps.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm fairly certain that that was the case was because Green was down to their last ball and Red had the point in,
Uh-huh.
and they walked off short while Russell's sweeping. That doesn't help us at all.
I saw the other team shaking their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's.
So they move on.
Yeah.
So we got the game on court 3 is the last of the first round in the losers bracket for today. So when that game is done, there will have been 4 teams eliminated today so far, down to 8 teams. We got 4 in the winners bracket, and we'll have 4 in the losers bracket.
Maybe just squeezes by there. Nice ball by Marco. There's a nice big target though for Paul. See if he can get back into a groove.
Might be a little too big, you know, if he goes in the middle.
Yeah. Nope. Dead nuts. Nice shot. Smooth delivery. He's got one of the nicest bocce strokes, I think. Just very fluid, smooth. Paul with a bowling background, very good bowler. I think that translates well to being a good hitter in bocce. Greg Pooch, another good bowler. I think they've both rolled 300 games before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Paul's has rolled multiple. I know that.
I'm sure he'd be great at duck pin bowling, too, then.
Don't know anything about it.
The balls are just like budge balls, but a
Are
little
they?
bigger.
Okay.
Ooh. He found that gap you were talking about, Lou.
Yeah. I'll apologize to him later.
It's a big. Well, that was almost a delayed broadcaster's curse, though. He made the first step. So I don't even know that you can really call it a jinx.
If he had shot it from like the right side, he probably would have cut down that the opening in the middle.
Yeah, I thought that on his first shot too. And they had a ball. They had the ball in the back left corner. I think Paul. Joe, you might know this. I think Paul might Might prefer shooting balls straight up, like straight down the court, as some hitters.
So the game on court 3 is over. We've got to find out who won. That was between Juice and Cristiano and Rolando and Anthony.
Well, Anthony's shaking hands with people, so I guess it's Rolando and Anthony, it looks like. But again, based merely on reaction, not fact. Or direct observation.
Who needs facts?
Direct observation, I should say.
Yeah, it's Rolando and Anthony.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he does appear to be a straight-up shooter, but I think he'll take an angle if he needs to from time to time.
So the 4 teams remaining in the losers bracket, we've got Jimmy and Tony against Rolando and Anthony, and it'll be Russ and Oma against Stewie and Rondog.
And it's snowing outside.
Is it snowing? Wow.
Perfect.
The winners bracket, we've got this game on that we're watching. It's Derby X against Paulanetti, and the other one is Ponte Drunken Lines against Derby 21, which is going to be up on court 3. They're just stepping onto the court now.
I think that's a rematch. I think Nico and Frank did play
last night.
Yeah.
And
Nico.
Frank and Nico destroyed him.
Yeah.
Nico played a great game.
Same spot. So 3 in a row now. Looks like both teams are frustrated. Alex thinking that they should have scored at least one more point there. And Eddie and Paul obviously frustrated with the missed box.
Thank you to Salvatore Law Group for sponsoring in part this weekend's broadcast. Chase Avenue, Waterbury, Connecticut, SalvatoreLawGroup.com. And Carvel Ice Cream. 700 Watertown Ave, Waterbury, Connecticut. The original soft serve, as well as DriveX, Oakville, Connecticut. DriveX Auto Sales, where value meets the road.
You know, do you remember last year, Michael, when we were broadcasting and I asked the listening audience if they knew the answer to a piece of trivia?
Yes.
Do you remember what the question was?
What's the state?
The state animal.
Animal of Connecticut?
Of Connecticut.
Do you know, Joe? Do you have a guess? It's going to be wrong.
No, I was big into crosswords back in the day, and I know that the Hawaiian state bird is the nene bird, but I don't know the Connecticut state bird.
Not the bird.
No, not the bird. The animal.
Oh, the animal. Okay. Yeah, no, I would, I don't know. How about
It might.
the skunk? I have no idea.
Well, that's a no for the skunk,
No.
so that narrows it down.
I heard some koi dogs howling outside the club.
It's an aquatic animal.
It's an aquatic animal?
It is an aquatic animal.
Otter?
Nope, that narrows it down.
No. Beaver? Is it the beaver?
No.
There's a lot of aquatic animals, Lou. I could be here all afternoon.
Well, let's see if somebody puts it in the
Okay.
chat.
Yeah. So, and I won't use my phone to cheat.
I can give a clue, but
I'm sure
that's only if it
I'm
goes.
sure a lot of our viewers remember from last year.
Yeah. There were thousands of them. Somebody's got to remember.
This was where we were when we first hit our when we got our first 1,000
Oh, that's right.
subscribers. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we were sitting right here last year.
And you gave away.
A couple of T-shirts.
Nice. Oh, that's right. We had to pull the names out of the hat, right?
Yep. Speaking of subscribers, if you're not subscribed to the BBN, folks, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell, turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of our live streams, our broadcasts, our live talk shows, any of the videos that we post. And if you haven't done so for me yet today, please click the thumbs up button. Thank you. 11-2. 7 of those 11 points were scored in the first 2 frames. Pete remembers. What kind of whale, though? You got a guess?
Sperm whale?
There you go.
You know, now that you mention it, it does make a lot of sense, right?
Well,
There's
think hockey.
the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was the whaling community. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Nice job. Got a smart listening audience, or at least one that has access to the internet.
They're whaley smart. Yes, Brian, we have 4 teams that are undefeated today. These are 2 of them. And we have 1 team that's fully undefeated overall. That's Frankie and Nico.
That game on court 3 just started, and Frankie pointed in a 2-inch point, and Marco just spocked it out.
Yeah, Pete did. I did autograph Pete's shirt for him in St. Louis.
Nice. Should have brought it to Vegas and gotten Dean's signature too for it.
Well, they all came in. Dean, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. They came into the lounge after.
Nice. So it's like a musical show?
Yeah.
Or is it like a play or something?
No.
About the Rat Pack. No.
And it was just for the Bocce players.
Oh, nice.
They had a special show just for the Bocce players.
I know they had that Broadway musical about the 4 seasons there. I forget what they call that.
Oh, the Jersey Boys?
Jersey Boys.
Oh,
right.
yeah, that was a great show. Is that 3 or 2?
Maybe 2. That just might be Alex being Alex.
Yeah. It's a Connecticut thing you wouldn't understand.
We got a couple guys in our club that are like that too.
Yeah. Are they guys of a certain age?
Yes. There's something. Oh. See how many they put up. I didn't catch who the winner of that measurement was.
Just 1 point.
Just one.
Might have to restart this.
Oh, yeah.
Reason up.
Yeah. Oh, I hate having to restart the stream.
Well, give us a much needed bathroom break.
It should be back now.
Is it back?
Oh, and it just disappeared. It's coming and going. Yeah, if you got Joe, if you got to take a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a break.
You can always.
For those of you that are not playing and want to get some lunch, go up and get it now. Don't want to run out.
I'm all right, thank you. Pat, you don't got to tell me 6 times that it's freezing. I can see it myself. Give it a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hard to believe. Not that we're playing.
Oh, what a hit!
Yeah.
And he's just got to throw the ball. Those two hits were awesome.
Probably a little bit too late.
It's coming and going for some reason. Now it's gone again.